A very good day to you, viewer, and you're welcome to another edition of your darling program, Youth Can on Independent Television, ITV. I am your host, Joy Igoche. Youth Can is that very thrilling program organized by ITV to bring together youths with creative, entrepreneurial, and development ideas that are geared towards changing the negative narrative of the society. And I believe by now you want to tap your neighbors, your friends, your loved ones to keep it glued to the screen while we talk about something very, very interesting today. So today we'll be looking at youth involvement in agriculture. Yes, youth involvement in agriculture. You know, food scarcity, crude oil prices, the fluctuation and everything remain global crisis that we are facing today. And Nigeria is not an exception. You see this issue of agriculture, like how can the youth be involved in it? And are youth currently involved in it? How can we, cope with this, the agricultural sector that we have today to make sure that we have food security in the country today? So food is a constant necessity and its demand is everly increasing. With the current development agenda of this administration, there is no doubt that as a huge economic pillar contributing heavily to the country's GDP, the nexus between agriculture and development and the nation's ability to achieve its food and nation security goals are inextricably linked. So agriculture is something that should not be relegated to the background in our society today. Agriculture is very, very important. It is a sector that everybody needs to be involved in. So today we'll be doing justice to this topic. We'll be talking at length about agriculture. What are the aspects of agriculture that our youth can involve in? What can they do to bring about the development of the society to ensure that we have food sufficient, to reduce the level of importation when it comes to, consumer food, what we take in and all of that. Modern agriculture today, which is the aspect that we'll be throwing more light on today, has to do more with, it's not just about tilling the earth. When you talk about agriculture, so everybody just think, you see somebody with a cutlass, with an axe, or you're just going somewhere, you're digging, you're trying to plant, you're doing this, you're doing that. There are different sectors in agriculture that youths can delve into. We'll be going on a short break now. When we return, we'll have a guest that will do justice to a whole lot of questions concerning agriculture and tell us how you and I can be involved in it. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere.
If you look at the volume of imports that we do in terms of food, it is maize, rice, soya beans are the ones that we import in the most, because we import them from Brazil, we import them from Thailand, we import them from all these other Asian countries and South American countries. So in high quantity. If we now want to make sure that our foreign reserve is functional, that means that we need to seriously invest in those items. So we don't need to import them. Even if we cannot export, let us even meet our domestic need. The crisis we are having now, the policy of Mr. President, President Muhammad Buhari to close the border is a very fantastic move. But unfortunately, as fantastic as it is, there was no preparation for the downtrodden aspect of it, which means that the volume, we closed the borders, but we were not producing quantity. We underestimated our population. So we're looking at ourselves at maybe 100 million people, whereas we're about 400 million people in Nigeria, unverified. But at least from the food production, we can see it. Because if we are bringing in all this tonnage of rice, tonnage of maize into the country, and then they now block it from entering, and now people are crying. Rice price skyrocketed away from 5,000 naira per bag, 6,500 naira per bag, going now to 27,000 naira for one bag of parboiled processed rice. So you look at it and say, the ones that you see maybe 22, 23, 24, but when you want the one that will be good looking, you'll be talking about 27,000 naira.
Rice, we have different prices. We have the one of 850, we have the one of 600. We have 600 naira. This one is 850 now. but rice now is the price is high. So we have this one for that one's for 850 now. This one's for 800.
Yes, if you look at the economic, you are talking about the cassava flake. When you look at the economic, everybody understood what is going on in the country. And when you checkmate, the economic is no longer as buoyant as it is then. At least we still thank God that people are surviving.
You're welcome back again, and of course, when the screen looks this good, you know what time it is. It's Youth Can. And like I promised, I said we'll be having a guest to talk about this topic today on youth involvement in agriculture. And I have with me Mr. Ezekiel Doka, who is into livestock development, is a livestock development manager. And today we'll be talking about this issue of agriculture. You know, the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration, has put in place several measures to ensure food security by restricting the importation of some consumer products like rice now, for example. And even the CBN, in a bid to encourage farming, have been giving loans to farmers, smallholder farmers, although many have not been able to get access to these loans, in order to purchase things like the needed equipment in order to ease their farming. So many young persons we see today, they just run from the rural areas. Everybody wants to go to the town, everybody wants to stay in the city and leave this farming of a thing in the hands of the older generation or the older people. It's starting to look as if, farming or the idea of agriculture is a plague for the youth of today. So today we would like to know, Mr. Ezekiel, thanks for joining us. We'd like to know, should youths be involved in agriculture?
If you look at what is happening now, the youth, the just few numbers that are in agriculture have changed the face of agriculture, have changed the structure of agriculture to be a different thing altogether. With internet, you can market your product. Unlike before, you have to take it to the market. I remember from India, there was a time I advertised this pigeon pea, Kajan. From India, they were calling me, sending me mail. How can they get it? I asked them a raw quantity. They say whatever quantity they can get. Now, I take that as a challenge, start mobilizing farmers to cultivate such. And if you look at Italian history of agriculture, most of the agriculture started as a family agriculture. But now the youth are involved in it, or the youth have taken charge of it. Only few of them are into agriculture, but still they sustain the country and even export out. Now, to the point that if they have interest in a crop, let's say ginger now, let's pick ginger as an example. Maybe their soil there cannot cultivate ginger. They don't mind coming to Nigeria, get land. They can get the land on lease, get the land, cultivate whatever they will cultivate, harvest, if possible, do the primary processing and take it back to their country and produce the final product and bring it back to Nigeria again. That is youth for you.
Okay, so why do you think youth should be involved in agriculture?
The youth should be involved in agriculture because their youth are creative and innovative. Nigerian youth are very creative and very innovative. So if you give them the platform, the freedom, the resources they need, they can perform wonders.
Can you please elaborate on this, the concept of modern agriculture? I think this is the major reasons why we see youths not willing to participate, because they have this archaic notion about anything concerning tilling, planting, rearing and the rest. So what does the concept of modern agriculture really entail?
With my little interaction with the farmers, one, they don't have the resources to go into the modern agricultural system. Two, their awareness is not there. When I say resources, including finance, knowledge, and what have you. Why? If they have the knowledge, they can form themselves into a cooperative, get a large land, and cultivate as a group. Now, gradually, they keep on cultivating before they can, if they want to, break into individual farmers. But if you go most of these villages, they don't have that. For instance, today I just came back from Anchau, not even Anchau, Ruansenyi, that's after Damo. If you go there, you see farmers bringing maize that they have cultivated. And I said, why? That this Babangona gave them input. So after cultivation, they will collect a certain number of bags, maybe 13 or 14 bags. Now, but at the end of it, we'll be selling this bag 2 times the price they collected from the farmers. And now ask, I said, which farmers? Now, at times you get 2 times what you are giving these people. First, what you should do is the first year, yes, agree you will suffer. If it is 13 bags that gives you this input that you are able to produce this, why not keep 26 bags? Give them the 13 bags and keep the 13 bags that will buy next year input for you. Now, do that as a group. Go to the input producer. Tell him we have so number of goods and this is the quantity of input that we want. Already, you have made provision for next year. But the problem is this, these people they will never sit down and educate the farmers in this way. But they always want to exploit the farmers. And they don't agree the farmers to work as a cooperative because they believe if the farmers work as cooperative, yes, definitely they will get steps. But now they prefer using individuals. And even if they use individuals, they will group the farmers. The group leader or the person that will be the supervisor may not be somebody that is knowledgeable. So at times, people like us, they try to send us away because they feel we are trying to stop them on how to get their daily bread. But that's not the case.
Okay, Mr. Ezekiel, as a youth involved in agriculture, what would you say are the constraints in agriculture? You participating, I believe that in your journey and all over the years, you must have, come across certain things that can hinder the process or even your passion for it. So what are those constraints?
Most of the constraints, they face, they usually say capital, but to me, it's not really capital, but it's knowledge. The key thing is knowledge. The knowledge is not there. If they have the knowledge on how to get the capital will come out. If they have the knowledge to venture into agriculture, they will go into it. Capital is not the issue. I can give somebody 10 million and he can waste it if the knowledge is not there. But let them get the knowledge first. Let them be empowered. Let them have the knowledge. Once they have the knowledge, then any other thing will follow. At times, it's not the capital. You can do a private partnership. Let's say like, as I start example with animal health, get a company that maybe produces drugs, train these youth, and gradually be giving them, maybe even if it is 10 bottles, when they sell, fine. Gradually they build up their capital, and on their own. You see, they don't need capital. It's not the capital. It's not capital that is key thing. Knowledge is the key thing. Now, once the knowledge is there, then the issue of capital can come in. Issue of market can come. The market is already there, so the issue of market is not a problem.
How can the youth who are ready to start up, you've been talking a lot and agriculture sounds so fun, hearing you talking about it. So any youth out there now who is ready to start up, how can they get access to adequate funding required to, fuel this dream, to actually go into the agriculture?
Partnership with companies and organizations. For instance, Nestle, year in, year out, they need meat in large quantity. In large quantity, as I said. They can partner with them. Now, they will give them the training, give them input. Now, the input should only be for that first year. Now, that first year, the youth should be strictly monitored. There are organizations that are in their need of agricultural products, and some of them don't have farms. Some of them, even if they have farms, they don't have how do I put it, the manpower to do it. So if the youth are formed into groups, now through the right channel, they can go into partnership with these people.
There's this belief or this notions that people going into agriculture or farmers, there's this, you know, I call it a false notion that they are unskilled, they are uneducated, you know, they feel like they are not really refined and all, and people just have assumed that they are very low income earners. So what is your take on this perception?
No farmer is an illiterate, in as much as he knows when to start cultivating, when to plant, when to weed, when to apply fertilizer, and when to harvest, and how to stop. Then that person is not an illiterate. The only thing is, yes, maybe they cannot read and write, but technically, practically, they can do it. So if they cannot learn by theory, then we go down to practical, which I know in as much as it is a farmer, when you come to practical, he will do it.
Okay, thanks for you know, enlightening us on that. So how can one explore the investment aspect of agriculture? Agriculture have various sectors, especially when you talked about the modern day agriculture or modern agriculture, as the case may be. So how can one go, like, really explore this aspect of investment in agriculture?
Investment in agriculture depends on at what point you want to start investment and what you want to go into it. For instance, if it is livestock, if it is poultry, are you investing in day-old? Are you investing in parent stock? Are you investing in brooding? Are you investing in maybe building poultry house and leasing it out to people that want to do it, but they feel building the house is a waste of time? There are so many aspects of investment. Are you investing in getting the feed ingredients? That's maize, guinea corn, soybean cake, and the rest. So it depends on where you want to start your investment.
Okay, you seem to know quite a lot about this livestock development and, you know, the investment. So can we now call you a herdsman?
Any name you call me, I'm okay with it.
Okay, you know, when you see youth in other sectors and various sectors of the economy, we see that they do certain things to bring to light what they do, and people are happy about it. People see, they admire, and want to delve into that. Okay, now let's bring it down to agriculture. Do you think that the activities such as exhibition or agro-based contests that are done to showcase the beauty that lie in agriculture, so that, you know, youths can actually see it and say, wow, okay, I think I need to key into this. Do you think enough is being done regarding this, or are there even any?
Yes, they encourage, but that shouldn't be the end, because if you do that, it's just a limited number of people that will be there. Maybe you are doing it in Abuja. Those in Maiduguri don't know what is happening. Those in Sokoto don't know what is happening. Unless if you be doing it in every state, or the government will make it a policy, state by state, local government by local government. Fine, then it will go down. I remember when we went to Jigawa, we went to Ringim, the emir of Ringim. He said, I know you cannot cover all these places. So what we'll do is, I will call all my district heads and community leaders. You train them on how to train farmers. You see, meaning these are leaders. Now they have people under them, and he is imposing it on them, making it a policy. If you are trained, you must go and train your people. Meaning, even after training them, he will call them and ask them how many people have started implementing what you were taught. Were you able to teach them? So from there, I said, yes, if our leaders will do that, fine and good.
All right, that's all we can take on the interview segment of this program. We'll be going on a short break now, and when we return, we'll be wrapping up this program. Stay with us, don't go nowhere.
At the moment, we have seen the impact of COVID on the lives of many people, and then the rate of insecurity and the natural disasters. And so it's very important that government and the rest of the citizens of Nigeria begin to prioritize agricultural productivity, especially for young people, to incentivize the sector such that the average young citizen of Nigeria can be interested and supported to be involved in agricultural production, processing, marketing, and the rest of them. One of the challenges that we've seen, apart from finance, is that young people have limited access to land, and this is something that needs to be looked into. Land should be gifted to young people as gifts, as a source of encouragement for them to get into agriculture. And we also need to find a way to support locally grown food here in Nigeria, and young people have a lot to learn from that, so that can help contribute to food security and nutrition safety for us as citizens of Nigeria, and also help increase the income generation levels for young people. So for me, I will encourage that Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development and other line ministries, departments and agencies of government, as well as development partners and other partners in agriculture, should prioritize youth engagement in the agri sector. The budget needs to also be youth friendly. The agri budget for next year needs to be youth friendly, so that the issues that affect young farmers, the issues that affect young agripreneurs can be prioritized.
You're welcome back from the short break, and we've been having a quite interesting time here today on this program. We've been talking about youth involvement in agriculture, and we've had a guest to talk about agriculture, talk about the modern agriculture, to elaborate on the beauties of agriculture. So, with this quick money mentality prevailing dominantly today in the society, we see a whole lot of youths tilting towards the oil and gas sector. Nobody wants, to actually do the kind of work, they call it hard work. Everybody's tilting towards the soft work. And this hard work, there's a lot of benefit in it. That if you get the right information with a good plan and you forge into this, you'll be surprised at your return of investment that you're going to get when you tilt towards the agricultural line. So agriculture offers young generation a chance to make a difference by growing enough food to feed the world. Yes. And those who become farmers now have the opportunity to become the generation that end hunger, the world hunger, and elevate malnutrition, as well as helping the sector adapt to climate change. Finally, agripreneurs and stakeholders in the agricultural sector, they need to be celebrated. I think a lot needs to be done regarding that. They need to be celebrated worldwide so people can see them and, give them thumbs up and admire to become somebody like that. Yes, they need to admire them and know that, yes, there's a whole lot in agriculture that there's a reason why you need to go into it. Because all of these help in building the nation, help you to generate enough revenue, high income, and to help the world alleviate hunger, including the country you are currently in. So, by now, I don't know, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Because I'm thinking agriculture. All right, with this, we're calling it a wrap on today's episode of your darling program, Youth Can, on independent television, ITV. I've had a swell time. I know you've also enjoyed the program today. Thanks for watching. Join us same time next week for more on Youth Can. I have been your host, Joy Igoche.